What makes a global power? Is it economic size, military strength, or population? To understand power, we need to look at all of them together, not in isolation. Gross domestic product shows the total size of an economy. Here, we focus on a small group of major economies, the largest advanced nations, along with China and India, because together they shape most of the global economic system. For decades, the United States has dominated in absolute terms, supported by scale, productivity, and global influence. Europe and Japan form a second tier, large, stable, but growing slowly. China's rise is the defining shift of the last few decades, while India's growth reflects scale more than per capita wealth. Beyond this group, most economies remain far smaller in absolute size. Military spending reflects a country's capacity to project power. In absolute terms, the United States stands alone, spending more than any other nation and sustaining global reach. China follows as the second-largest spender, expanding rapidly but still operating at a different scale. Russia maintains high military expenditure relative to its economy, prioritizing defense despite a smaller economic base. Other major powers invest significantly but remain clustered far below the top in absolute spending. Population changes slowly, but it defines the scale on which everything else operates. Large populations create potential, but they also shape how economic and military power is distributed. GDP per capita changes the perspective. Instead of total size, it reflects economic output per person. Advanced economies like the United States, Germany, and the United Kingdom tend to show higher individual prosperity. Large, populous economies such as China and India spread their output across far more people. This distinction explains why economic size, military power, and living standards don't always move together. Understanding global power requires more than a single number. Economic size, military strength, and population each matter, but none of them work in isolation. What ultimately shapes influence is how scale is converted into capability, and how that capability translates into outcomes.